Gaming rivalries, whether it's with your siblings, your partner, friends, or even your own children. Can they make playing video games more enjoyable? It's all up for discussion in today's episode of the PlayStation Access Podcast. Hello and welcome to the PlayStation Access Podcast, the official podcast of PlayStation UK. I am your host, Rob Pearson. We are joined today by Rosie Caddick.
Hello, everyone.
And David Jackson.
Oh, well, hello there.
And we are T-minus 3 days away from the stream that could make or break our gaming careers, Rosie.
Not mine. I'm fine.
Yeah,
I broke my career on the Astro stream last week.
Oh,
right.
Dave,
So
no, that's sad.
That's
You
how I
break
feel.
your career.
That's how I feel about it, Rosie.
You'll be on commentary duty for this stream, won't you, Dave?
Am I? Didn't know.
Well, you know now.
Right. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I better not pick a side then. I must remain neutral.
Yes, you got to be the sports commentator that just talks on the action and nothing but the action.
Yeah. I'll just go very silent when the people I don't want to win are winning. And then
For
very
those
loud.
of you who don't know what we're talking about, on Tuesday, the 29th of July, Rosie and I will be going up against our siblings in a event stream.
Yes.
Multiple games will be played. Hopefully, lots of fun will be had, and hopefully Team Access overcomes Team Evil Sibling. But it made us think about rivalries specifically. Sibling rivalries is one strand of rivalry. Dave, as famously an only child, you've obviously never had a sibling rivalry, but I'm sure you've had other forms of rivalry, be it with your friends or, well, I guess just your friends.
Yeah. You can have a rivalry with an enemy as well.
I guess.
That's probably the biggest. That's probably the biggest rivalry.
the
Some
biggest
rivalries turn friends to enemies.
But I just wanted to have a little discussion about rivalries that we remember, maybe rivalries that are still ongoing today, and how that affects what games we play, how we play games, and our overall enjoyment of them. Because I think there's some fun stories to tell. Some of the stories we've already told on the channel or on the podcast previously, but they're fun. So let's revisit some of those.
That's just a fun time.
So I guess I'll kick this off. Rosie, let's come to you first. Who is the one person you always want to beat at a video game?
It's not necessarily a rivalry, but I did, as a kid, I did always want to beat my brother at games, but that's because he was always so much better at games than me. It was always like, if I did it, then I felt really proud
I
of it.
hope that's
Oh
not
my
the case
God.
now, Rosie.
Well, this is the thing. This is why I'm really quite excited, because I haven't actually played a game against my brother probably since we were kids.
So now it's like, now I get to really test
Yeah, genuinely.
how far I have come.
Mm-hmm. And literally, I don't know. I mean, obviously, my brother creates content on YouTube, loads of fantastic videos. So I see him through his gameplay, through those videos.
Yeah.
But I've never experienced it firsthand, actually seen him do something. So that's why I'm also for example, I like to think I'm quite good at Crash Bandicoot, but I know I'm not a smidgen on the good mark in comparison to him. He's a Crash Bandicoot pro, for example. So that's why I'm
Rosie, this is not boding well for the stream, I have to say.
This isn't how a rivalry works.
A lot
Rosie.
of the games we're playing are Crash related.
I know. I can't help it that's what we all played when we were kids.
Well, I need you.
He does.
Really,
Rosie.
really, I
he
need
really
you.
does.
Really, yeah, to get better at Crash Bandicoot. But that's it. So it wasn't really a rivalry because I always just accepted that I lost. When I was a kid, I was always a kid that I was just happy playing the game with someone else. I didn't care about rivalries or I didn't care about who won, but I would always feel so proud if I did against my brother. But like I said, that's just because he was always so much better at games than I was. So even with this question, when I was who have I had a rivalry with? Obviously you go back to your childhood memories, but I think even, like I said, when I was a kid, I was just so I just want to play games with everyone and have a nice time. Then I wasn't really a heated rivalry, you could say.
Very wholesome, Rosie. Can you remember any specific times where you did just happen to beat your brother at something?
Oh,
Or did it not actually happen?
Oh God, Rob.
there was
This
one.
stream could be a disaster. Have I ever beaten him?
Have I ever? I'm trying to think. Like, literally, the first thing that came to my mind was like a board game. Not a board game, but you get those like
not playing
match.
board games,
I know,
Rosie.
but you know when you get those like match things when everything's upside down and you have to flip it and then you have
Memory
to
game.
Yeah, like a
memory
memory
game.
game.
Yeah.
I was always better at memory games, so but
You are the younger sibling, right,
Yeah.
Rosie?
yeah.
He's getting old now. Let me tell you, he's getting on a bit. His thumbs won't be as fast as they used to be.
No, that's
His
true.
My
eyes
thumbs-
aren't quite as fast as they used to
This
be.
is the good thing
Oh.
about the stream is we have like one older sibling and one younger sibling on both teams. I am the older brother,
Yeah.
Rosie's the younger sister, and
Yes.
we're going up against another older brother and younger sister on the
Oh,
other
I
team.
wouldn't have thought of it like that. Yeah.
So it's a well-balanced stream we've got.
An interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
genuinely trying to think if I ever did beat Jim at a game. I'm genuinely like, I tried to.
I mean,
think.
Rosie, I wish you told me this before we came up with the idea for the stream, because
Yeah.
now it can't be a what if we lose 5-0, that I will resign.
That'll be
my
the end
God,
of your
I
career.
will.
Oh my God.
I will. This will be the last you ever see of me.
Maybe for the drama, I should just be like, oh no, like I just need to see the
Walk
drama.
off into the hills
For the drama,
For the
I need
drama.
to get Rob to resign. Oh well, Rob, you said you'd resign, so I guess
Oh, sorry,
I
Rob.
guess you better do that.
Give me that drama. I want to see. I want
Yeah.
to see you
Come on,
walking out that
Yeah.
door.
We gotta win. So you can't remember a time where you've beaten your brother. That's very interesting. Very interesting. Dave,
Yeah.
you obviously don't have a brother or a sister.
All right, don't rub it in.
It's always been something that you've been quite happy about.
I have been. Oh, certainly not sad about. I was sad when I was younger. You don't really, when you don't have a brother or sister, you don't really know what you're missing out on.
No.
I always wanted an older brother or sister, which isn't how it works. And that was basically to have someone cool, I imagined,
Yeah.
to like help me through life. And like I could go, I didn't understand what these kids said to me at school today, and they'd be like, "I'll tell you what, this is what it meant," or and you should do, like a.
Or they come and beat up your bullies
That
for
would
you.
be great. Beat up my bullies for me. That's what a brother. That was the value of a brother or sister to me. I wanted an older guardian, but who was cool.
A protector, a cool protector.
Yeah.
Yes, I would also have liked very much someone to play video games with all the time in a rivalry, but I didn't have that. But I did have other rivalries. I had a great rivalry with my best friend, who he was the one who first. He was the first one to get a PlayStation, and the first time I played a PlayStation was at his house.
I remember this,
He had
yeah.
2 older brothers, and the very first interaction I had with a PlayStation was playing Tekken against his older brother. I was 10, I think, and his older brother must have been 18. And I beat him at Tekken. I'm terrible at fighting games, so he's also called Dave, older brother Dave, and it was just like it was the best thing ever. And I do think that win sent me on a trajectory. Like I had a taste of victory. If I'd lost that game, maybe I'd be quite a different person, and
Yeah.
I just wouldn't. I'd be more laid back about it. But I am someone who does put a lot of stock in winning. I very much like to win, and I will have a rivalry with anyone. But growing up, I had a big rivalry with my best friend,
What was your best friend's name?
Ross. Unfortunately, Ross was better than me at every game that we ever played. But also because he always owned the PlayStation,
Yeah.
to be fair, before I had a PlayStation. But we played a lot of first-person shooters.
Maybe we should get Ross on a stream.
Get Ross on the stream. He'd love it. He'd love
The
that.
old rivalries.
The old rivalries,
Yeah.
but then he might, like Rosie, I don't know if I've ever beaten him, and I'm not sure.
Well, we've got to
I wanna sign
we've
up
all
for
got to
that.
lay these ghosts to rest.
Yeah,
haven't
Yeah.
I'm a professional gamer now.
Yeah, you're
He's
full-time
not.
gamer.
That's right. No, we like professional Rosie. Don't say full time. That lowers it. I am full time.
We're all full-time gamers.
Professional gamer. That's what I like to tell people. That's what I've got on the business card. So yeah, a big rivalry with him. But honestly, like I just like winning. So I will create a rivalry with whoever I'm playing against. After that, I had a big office rivalry when I first started working with Rob and Nath, with a group of people. We used to play on first-person shooters. Me, Nath, Dan, and our friends Matt and Meeks.
I remember.
We used to have big rivalry. We used to play at lunchtime. We used to play after work, and it was.
I remember.
It was like make or break for the day. Lunchtime.
And your mood would be completely dependent on how it went at lunchtime.
It would be. And our lunchtimes, we worked in a place that had a canteen, and it was like 1 o'clock hit, and it was like run downstairs, canteen, just like jacket potato, jacket potato beans, just put it in, just, come on, and then like get
at
back.
School when you need to run out to play football and you like eat half your sandwich.
Often we'd leave someone behind to set up the PlayStations, or like get us out, I'll get you lunch. What do you want? And then you'd get it and you get back, and then we'd probably have a good 50 minutes of gaming. But as Rob said, it was very make or break. If you won, my God, the afternoon was just great.
The best afternoon ever.
And we still will talk about particular moments in those games, like, do you remember when this happened? Do you remember when that happened? And then after that, I mean, Access, obviously, like, I do genuinely, don't know if you guys know, I genuinely do have a big rivalry with all of you.
I was actually going to say, even though, like, from the first question, I was like, I didn't have a rivalry with my brother, but genuinely, I think the only legitimate rivalry I have had has been with you lot.
Yeah.
With Astrobot.
These streams, Astrobot, Christmas May stuff.
Yep.
Just whatever whenever we're going head to head in something, like, it matters to me. It does matter. I've tried to not let it matter. Tried to make it not matter. Tried to not care.
I don't care. I'm pretty chill.
Well, you always lose, apart from the other day. That was a test to see if he cares or not, and he does care because he's slightly annoyed about that.
His lips were slightly smirking. He was like holding it in.
But I really do care. I can't deny. Obviously, Nathan and I used to have a series of head-to-heads, like one-on-onesie, where you'd actually have to dress like an idiot afterwards if you lost. And so I find rivalries very important and potent.
Yes.
And fun. They are fun. But they are really only fun when you win. Like, it's not fun to lose. Like, obviously, you can have both. It's fine. I'm not saying you have to win every time, but I mean, like...
It's just fun having that level of competition. It's fun having something else on the line beyond just winning or losing the game.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
It's just the heightened stakes are enjoyable.
Yes.
And my only and biggest rivalry growing up was obviously with my sister.
Yeah.
And I guess I had the opposite experience to you, Rosie, where as the older sibling, I would win most times, at least in the early stages. And I think we eventually got to a stage where we both had a PS1 in our bedrooms. And my sister's only a couple of years younger than me. And she would, play games as much as I did, and there did become Crash Team Racing was our game that we'd always go head to head on, and I would be comfortably beating her, and then there's just gradually her level sort of matched mine, and it would become very, very intense. Like, it would be 50-50 whether you would win or not.
I think that's when they're the most exciting, though. When it's genuinely like a 50-50 chance, when skill levels are both the same, and that's when it gets exciting.
And you just, especially when it's your sibling, you just want to beat them but you hate them. You just hate them. And I used to play pairs with my sister quite a lot as well. And I do remember a game where she was just playing extraordinarily well and was 3-2 up on about like 80 in-game minutes. And I don't think she'd ever beaten me before at PES. And she was like, stressing, getting like really, and I was sort of like, man, am I actually going to lose at PES to my younger sister? And I scored this amazing equaliser to make it 3-3 just before the end. And my sister was furious. And I was, it was that kind of thing where I could sense she was about to storm out and quit. I was like, no, don't. You played amazing. It's going to go to extra time. I reckon you're going to beat me. We played on, and I won this corner and scored this horrendous scrappy goal from a corner and won 4-3. And I think the words she used were, while screaming.
Yeah.
It's so easy for you, isn't it? 'Cause they literally just started pummeling me. I was laughing. She was furious, attacking me with all her strength.
Good times.
Her puny 2 years younger than me strength. So maybe we'll get a replay of that.
Do you remember the last time that you played against her?
No, I guess
anything?
that's the sad thing, isn't it? You always get, those shower thoughts like, one day your mum put you down again and never picked you up again.
Yeah.
And you don't realise it at the time.
Yeah.
That was the last time you were ever picked up by your parent.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think I do remember. I guess it must have been before I went to university.
Yeah. Well, you haven't had the last time because that.
No, there's another time happening.
There's another time happening.
And this probably will be the last time.
Yeah.
So this is when we've got to make it count.
Yeah.
Well, you reckon no matter what the outcome, you will never play a game with your sister again?
Well, it's unlikely. We live hundreds of miles away from each other. This is the first time we're going to have played a video game against each other. There's probably more time elapsed since the last time I played a game against my sister than elapsed between me being born and the last time I played.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking a good 20 years ago that I last played her at anything. But yeah, I've got also 3 other siblings. My dad remarried and I have 3 younger siblings. And they have just discovered Crash Team Racing through Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. And my sister was telling me about how she went round to their house and they were like, oh, do you want to play? And she just annihilated me.
Yes. Oh, what's this game? This looks fun. I'll give it a go.
I'll play a little bit of it. I know it a little bit.
I like the graphics.
Made them cry. So you couldn't let them win. No.
Can I ask how old they are?
They are 16, 13 and 10.
Oh my God, they are
good ages. Good ages. 16-year-old can handle it.
I don't think the 16-year-old is playing. I think
Okay.
it's the
Oh, okay. I was going to say that's like soul-destroying ages.
13-year-old and the 10-year-old who
Oh,
just
no.
absolutely rinsed by their not cool 35-year-old older sister.
Nice.
Yeah.
They'll never get over that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a life lesson they need.
No,
though.
they do need it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't, I feel like an uncle or an aunt should allow their nephew or niece to win.
Yeah.
Parents should probably let their kids win.
Yeah.
But I don't care how big the age gap is. Siblings are never going to throw it.
No.
Yeah.
You always got to be going for the win. What is the most heated a rivalry has ever got for you? Is there one particular game or one particular moment where you think, man, this is maybe gone too far?
Probably for me, when I say heated, probably because this is like the most emotionally invested I got in a rivalry, but it was when we were all doing the Astros Playroom, the first racing stage. And when it was like, I never thought, has it gone too far? But when I went to bed, I dreaded waking up the next morning and seeing a WhatsApp notification because I knew that meant one of you has beaten the time.
It's not fair when other people are willing to stay up. It's like, let's all agree to go to sleep now.
No.
It was Ash. Remember
let's
when Ash
all agree to go to sleep now and then you can carry on tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Why don't we all draw a line? But that would never happen.
Do you remember like the selfies we'd get from Ash in the
I don't know
goodness
how
knows-
she does that face. She does a face that is the most annoying face. Like, it's so smug. I can't even
It was
begin
like
to describe it.
that in the darkness whilst we were all sleeping,
Yes.
like just, thinking about, please don't let this be a thing. And then waking
Yeah.
up and Ash has made it a thing. I will just never forget. That was probably the most heated I've known just rivalries to be, was when that one specific level, we didn't even touch the other levels. It was that specific one.
Yeah.
And then just going to sleep.
It was the very
dreading.
first one, right?
Yeah.
The very
Yeah.
first one.
And and it, her face wasn't in there by accident. It was, as I recall, she took a picture of the screen
Yep.
with the time on, and then a picture of her face, letting us know how she felt about that.
Well, do you remember we had that rule as well? It was like whoever beat the time had to show their gameplay.
That's right.
Do you remember
to
we had to
show
do
how
that as
you'd done
well?
it, or like not, yeah.
But then I think it got to a point where people forgot about that, and then they were just so happy about it. So they literally were like, picture of the screen. Ash would send a selfie, and then it was just like,
Yeah.
oh, we were all gonna have to beat that time now.
Oh, that was difficult and brilliant
That was
Christmas.
probably the most heated. Yeah, that's right. It was over Christmas break as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably the most heated I've known a rivalry be.
Yeah. I'm glad Ash hasn't been here for the latest Astro. I couldn't. Oh, no, wouldn't have enjoyed that. Wouldn't have enjoyed her smug
I would,
face.
because I didn't really get involved in the first one, and I've got a lot more involved in it this time. Just I love being a part of it. I love winning.
Why didn't you get involved the first time?
I can't remember. I think I did a U.
It was Christmas.
Which was I was a little bit behind everyone, and then just was like, oh,
It's hard when you're behind. That is a
catch
me
up now.
thing to do. But I also do stand by it. Sometimes it's like, well, I guess it's going to take a lot for me to catch up now.
Yeah.
And maybe I won't be able to. And it will just be painful. Although you describing your sister slowly clawing back the skills,
Yeah.
did make me feel like, I was like, that's quite cool, isn't it? When you're like,
Yeah.
I'm going to put the hours in. Montage.
What it
kicks
means
off.
what it means is that there is a plateau
Yeah.
for you yourself, and you will reach like there has to be a limit to how fast or how well you can play a game, right?
Yeah.
There is a plateau to reach, and when you get there, and your rivals like they're still coming.
Yeah.
When is their plateau? Oh no, their plateau is all the way up here.
Well, you make a good point, I suppose, which is like that's why rivalries are important. There's no reason
Keep
to
your
keep
skills
improving
fresh.
once
No.
you've
Exactly.
unless you're up against someone.
Yeah.
So what about for you, Dave? What's the most heated a rivalry's ever got for you?
Oh, I think I do feel the emotion of it quite a lot. Like, I think Rosie is right. That is a really good one that springs to mind. I can just it's weird. I can literally see Ash's face on my phone. I see the picture on my phone in my memory, like it's burned in.
She's won.
She's won. Yeah.
Even though we beat her time, the memory of her face means that she's just won. That
Yeah.
entire situation, she's just won.
And sometimes I convince myself that if I stopped taking part at that point, she hadn't really won. Because I'm like, yeah, well, if I don't try anymore, then we don't know who's won. But I know that that's not actually true. That's like me trying to console myself with the fact.
Can you imagine you taking that philosophy into a tennis match?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't actually try to return that, so
Yeah.
really.
Yeah,
So really, did you
you've
win?
not won.
I mean,
point,
well done
really.
if you feel good about that. But I haven't actually tried there. I mean, definitely the office rivalry I mentioned was pretty, like we said, it was make or break for the afternoon.
Yeah.
And I can remember friends falling out, swear words being spoken. Our friend Meeks kicked a filing cabinet. He certainly did. Yeah.
Who won over Meeks on that specific moment?
I think it was. I think we were playing in teams that day. I think. And
Right.
I think that it was just the other team. I think it was me and our friend Matt and Meeks were on one team, and I don't think we lost. I think it was just he died in a battle that he thought he should win, and he just kicked that filing cabinet. To be fair, got a lot of kicks. Got an awful lot of kicks, and I do think that our friend Matt. I just have this. We have an unfortunate way of riling the other one up, even I think when we're not trying to. Just can't help but like. And we used to, have it set up so we had back-to-back TVs if we were playing team games, and we'd have one team on one side and one team on the other side, and you would just hear from the other screen, you'd hear a little comment, just a little got him or whatever, and you would just be like, oh. And I was like, oh, I didn't even, it's like little comments. I can't think of any like better example of that. Like it would be like. It would be like he would say, in a one-on-one battle that I should win, he'd win, and he'd say something like, "Thank you." It would be like,
I think that's the thing though. It's when like they have those comments because of like Ash and we did many competitive things on the channel as well, and
Yeah.
it's whenever she said like Parashpa the rapper or something
Yeah.
like that, it's those little comments. That's when it went from like, oh, we're just playing to that's it, you're gonna get it now. Or, like,
I'm going to try
It's like
now.
you in Duck Game.
Whack, whack.
Whenever you
Whack.
win, it's just a little whack.
Whack.
Oh,
Yeah.
it annoys me so much.
Yeah, well, you
Just don't do it.
doing Monica in Stickballs.
That's all I've got.
I know, but
Just the,
she's so sassy, and then you're so sassy. It's a lot.
Well, it's always the same pattern in stickball. Being naturally the best at it, will take an early lead, and then everyone else is like, "Oh, let's gang up on Rob," and then I end up losing.
That's your recollection of things, is it?
That's how it always goes.
Right. Okay.
Always.
I do remember you starting strong often. I don't remember the ganging up so much, but hey, it happens. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. I just remember all my wins in all the games, and not Astro anymore. We don't talk about that one, but all the other games. It's so many games. The rivalry with Nath was real, and like famously, you know, there's the Bishi Bashi. That is probably the ultimate example of this. Now that I think of it, Nath and I playing 1-on-1Z, and we played Bishi Bashi Special, and it was a game. When we first started doing 1-on-1Z, it was a silly idea. We would each week we'd take it in turns to pick a game, and obviously you pick a game that you're good. You know, he picked Tekken one week or something. And it's silly. He's really good at Tekken, or certainly compared to me anyway. You guys might disagree, but and so, you know, he'd beat me at Tekken, but then it would be my week, and then I'd pick a game. So he picked Bishi Bashi, which is a game he'd played loads of as like at university or something, and that game is brilliant, yes, but so like crazy when you've never seen it before. You're just like, what is going on? Each game is different, and there's little moment of instructions where it's like, do the thing, like catch the sausage, and you're like, what? Hang on, and the controller display is just every button is lighting up, and you're like, what button? And that is on the channel if you haven't seen it before. I absolutely.
Eat the cheese. It's the mice one where you lost it, wasn't it?
It was the mice one where I lost it. I did lose it. And, you know, bearing in mind, we're all, as we said, professional gamers, but professionals in as much as I knew we were making a video, and I knew that, you know, on our channel, we don't swear, and we try to be, you know, have fun and be positive. And at the end, I was unable to be professional anymore. And I did swear at Nathan. And I did like put my controller down slightly forcefully and stand up and walk away
and calmly leave the premise.
And that was probably the most heated a rivalry's ever got for me, I think.
Yeah.
What about you, Rob?
I think for me, it was again with my sister. Just the rage would get so intense that, you know, every so often my mum would come in and we would just be ordered out of the house. There's one Crash Team Racing episode where whoever had lost, it would just, you know, there was one game where it was the battle mode, 1st to 15. The score was 14-all. I think I had a rocket, she had a bomb.
Oh god!
And we were just like, we saw each other, and I fired the rocket, and she fired the bomb, and it was, I think the bomb hit me a millisecond before the rocket hit her. So I jumped up, cheering, thinking I'd won, only to see that I'd lost. And the scream that came out of my mouth, just like almost ripped my throat. I think. And then you just hear the. You're like, oh god, here she comes. And I think it was like, I will not have you behaving like that in this house. Get out now. So I just went on like it was one of those walks where I was like, fine, I'm gonna run away from home then. That'll teach you. You're never gonna see me again. So I spent about 2 hours about half a mile away from the house.
Yeah.
Just sitting on this like motorway bank area, watching the cars on the motorway, trying to like, I guess, outweight my mum.
Yeah.
I was like, she'll come, and she'll be like, I've been so worried about you.
How did it end?
I ended up just walking home about an hour later.
So was it only you who got chucked out? Your sister?
Oh, because it was me that did the screaming.
So your sister won. Mm-hmm. And was able to stay.
Yes.
I watched you walk. You left, and she was just like,
yeah,
very nice.
Then other times I wasn't playing her. I'd be outside in the garden playing football with the dog or something, and my sister would be playing. Jack and Daxter was like one of her favourite games on the PS2, and she's doing one of these hard missions. There's a lot of hard missions in Jack and Daxter, especially number 2. And I would just hear increasing volume of screams coming from her room, and then the telltale sign of a controller getting thrown against the wall.
Oh dear.
And then the telltale sign of the door opening. My mum's voice, not the word specifically, but just
Yeah.
my sister.
And you just sat in the ledge.
I'm in the garden, like yeah.
I was gonna say you sat alone, just being like, yeah.
How the turntables.
Yeah. I think in the office, I've had, I've lost it a couple of times. Always always in a very controlled and professional way. I do it for the entertainment value because I know people enjoy it.
That's right.
So I'm always in control. I'm always in control, even when it looks like I'm not.
Right.
So no, I am.
True professional.
I am. I genuinely am. If I wasn't in control, then it would be
Controls would be against the
It would
wall.
be not entertaining.
Yeah. I'm not sure it's entertaining sometimes, I'll be honest. I'm there.
Well, people are always in the comment. Oh,
There's some of those people, yeah.
I can't wait for some.
I hope he goes completely quiet in 5 minutes. I love that when he doesn't say
I think we should
anything.
have a button that when Rob rages and goes completely quiet, we have a sound effect of just boom, boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom,
yeah,
boom,
that's
boom.
what we need. Robert, get out.
What's wrong with being quiet?
It's like when it's the silent rage, you can just see the if we put an egg on you, it'd be boiling.
No one likes the silent treatment. Yes,
Yeah.
good point, Rosie. The boiling egg test.
It's
That's
the
what we should
boiling
do.
egg
Boiling egg
test.
We should crack
Every
an egg
time
on his
Rob's
head.
raging, we'll just crack an egg on
Yeah,
his
yeah.
head. That'll make it better.
That will help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think rivalries like this change the way you play games, and do they add to the enjoyment?
I think so. I think both. I mean, they do change the way you play games. They change the way I play games, definitely, because I don't have, apart from like Gran Turismo, where I spent many, many happy hours just shaving off milliseconds from my own time. Any other kind of example of a game like that, I'm quite happy. I will reach a level that I'm happy with and then sort of move on. And a rivalry, like we said, gives you a reason to keep going, gives you a goal. A goal is so valuable to keep trying. It's been great, again, with Astro, even just seeing the times of the world records compared to our own. There's a rivalry in that, and just thinking like that. I love like those levels are like little puzzles, and where you're like, someone is finding 15 seconds here, and it's like, how are they doing that?
Yeah.
And you like look at it like a puzzle and have a whole different approach. But I mean, I do think it changes the way I play games, definitely, because it makes me makes me try harder and keep going and look and try and be better and achieve more. I definitely think that, and I think that is fun in lots of games. That's
Healthy
fun. That
competition.
is the fun. Definitely, yeah.
As a path to self-improvement.
Yeah, absolutely. How about you guys? I mean, does it change the way you play games? Rosie, you're famously not competitive at all, so I don't know if you.
That little smile as you looked up at the ceiling. Yes, very famously, yeah.
Yes.
Thank
so I
you
don't
for acknowledging.
know. Yeah, I don't know. Has it ever changed the way? I mean, well, you kind of said then, like actually when you were playing against Ash sometimes, and she'd pull out the old Parashpa, the Ashpa, or whatever it was.
The thing is, I completely agree with you, where I think it's good that it's like, it makes you want to increase your skills with said game better, and it encourages you to experiment. Like, for example, with Astrobot, you are like, how do you get that 15 seconds? And then you try different things, or you might, not kind of develop a bit more of a hobby, I guess, when you're studying how people do it quicker as well. Like, you're always trying to improve yourself. So that part of it definitely is, like, personally for me, I find that a lot of fun when you are like, you kind of go to the next level where you start studying how you could better yourself. And then in terms of like whether it makes me play a game differently, it depends on the game, and it depends on what's triggered the said change. Like, if Ash said Parashpa the rapper, then that's when sometimes the sort of the not competitive energy, the rivalry energy, let's say that the rivalry energy can just get heated, and then I like hone in. And I mean, it's even the same on the Christmas maze when Robert S. Pearson would start dancing around thinking that they won, and I was like, I cannot lose this challenge. Like, there's that mode where you just hone in, going from like, oh yeah, okay, I can do this, I can play it. But when you're in that like dire situation where you've got like a minute left, that's when it gets serious. And you can see that like switch, but it's like it's a switch either can be like I'm honing in, or sometimes you can be blinded by the rivalry energy and just the inner core consumes you, and then you actually end up playing worse. And then if you play
Definitely
worse,
true.
then that rivalry energy can sometimes grow.
Yes.
Like you reach that point when you're just like oh my god, everything's just going wrong, and then you get consumed. And then then that makes the gameplay feel very different. But right, that's the thing though. Like, I can't really think of another example where I would play things necessarily differently, apart from just like the going from playing it casually to honing in, I guess.
Yeah, I think in terms of the intensity and the community feel, in terms of it adding enjoyment, it certainly adds enjoyment to me when I'm playing Astrobot and you can see the leaderboards and you get riled up about it, but it is fun when you see your friends like nudging ahead of you, and just to know that there's so many people out there all trying to get the best time on this thing, and when you nail it and you get up on the leaderboard, it's such it feels better than beating a boss in Dark Souls. I would argue when you get a time that puts you on top of your friend's leaderboard, you feel great.
You've always got to have a look, haven't you? I literally had it after the recent Astrobot stream we did of the more recent time trial levels, that literally when I got home that evening, I already had so-and-so's beating your time, so-and-so's beating your time.
Yeah.
And I was like, leave me alone. Because sometimes you just know when you have these rivalries, you know that sometimes when someone beats your time, it's because it's because they're targeting you.
Yes,
sometimes,
absolutely, yeah.
Like, so you just know that it's because, like when we did Thrust or Bust and when we were beating the times, it's like, I know that you were targeting my time and I was targeting your time.
Yeah.
So if it was anyone else, I'd be like, oh, well done to them, that's fantastic. But because it was you, for example, Rob, I was like, I know he did that just to beat me, and now I must beat him.
And that's exactly the point. Like, you can't set a world record time without knowing how everyone else is doing, because you wouldn't know when to, so no one is just setting an amazing time on your friends list and not knowing that has beaten your time.
Yeah.
And whether they were, it's either someone is being targeted. Everyone gets in there, has a look at the times and thinks, I need to go faster than that time.
Yeah.
And that's why you're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my daughter Ella now has done it.
Yeah.
I've developed a little bit of a rivalry with her on Astrobot. In only 2 levels. She only likes Spring Loaded Run and Cockadoodle Doom. But she's very good at both of those, especially Spring Loaded Run, where she targeted my time and beat my time. And then she was targeting your time, Rosie, and she's now beaten that as well. And she was so much more excited having beaten your time than she was having beaten mine. I was cooking and she was like, Daddy, you might want to come and see this. I went into the lounge and it was just her standing next to a time that was better than mine. I was like, well done. And then about 5 minutes later, I just heard this scream as she ran up and down the lounge. I've beaten Rosie's time. I've beaten Rosie's time. Take a picture. She stood next to the TV like,
I love it so much.
And you should have been like, get out of this house.
Get out of this house. I'm not having
We'll
that
not
behavior.
have this behavior in this house.
Yeah. So yes, you can now at a stage where it's not just my younger sister that potentially better than me, but also my daughter as well.
Yeah.
But good fun.
Good fun. You reach that point as well, that point where when you just both accept that the rivalry's kind of over now, where it's like, you know what, the most recent example I can think of was when we did Thrust or Bust, Rob, and we were both, I was willing to be like, you know what, let's just leave it as it is now. Let's just move on from this. We've reached our point. We don't think we can do it any quicker.
Who was in the lead? Rob?
There was one point.
Rosie's in the lead.
Rosie was in the lead and then went, I think we should leave it there, Rob.
I knew you were going to say that.
Let's leave it there.
I've not left it there.
Ridiculous.
But I also accepted.
I'm the best.
I did accept that if Rob was to beat my time, I was like, I accept it.
You'll accept it.
I would have accepted
So
it.
what
Yeah.
you've basically stopped is that brief window of intense back and forth that we had over that couple of days. Like, let's just chill now.
Let's just chill.
Well, Rosie's kind of doing what I'm doing. Where, you know, they're like, I'm not going to try anymore.
Yeah.
So if you beat me, that's fine. I won't be trying to
well
beat
done
you
for being someone
again.
who's not even trying anymore.
So yeah, exactly. Well done. If I'm not even trying anymore. So
Rust or Bust is so good. What is the one game that you would be most nervous, or what's the one game that is most important to you when you think of your rival? What's the one game that you'd be like, oh, I have to beat them at this?
I mean, Astro is up there because
I think Astro
we've
is
made
up
it
there,
part of our access law.
Yeah.
That so we should set Astro aside, but I think we would all agree that's quite a big one for each of us.
yeah.
Setting Astro aside, they all matter.
What would you most want to beat Nath at? What would you care most about if you're going head to head against Nath?
I'd love to beat him at Tekken, in as much as I know it would wound him horribly because he's really good at Tekken, and it would be like he wouldn't be able to handle it. He couldn't leave that there.
No,
but that will never happen because I'm terrible at Tekken. So
I would
a
argue
game that
for us it might be Rocket League.
Yeah, Rocket League is,
although we play that
great.
together mostly.
Yes,
but we have played it against each other as well.
Rocket League is another great example. Very much a game that I love the rivalry of, and we have enjoyed. Actually, that's a good point. As a team, I mean, we've played a lot of it as a pair. We also played a lot of it as a trio with Nath, and we'd go online and take on other pairs and trios.
The Turtle Boys,
and that was loads of fun. And obviously, I guess we didn't have a rivalry with another team, just with every other team that we came up against. But that's the next level as well. I think when you're in a pair or when you're in a team, sharing that victory with people is it's maybe better than just winning by yourself. Because it's just I don't know.
I
so
agree,
good.
actually. I mean, it's not as if you're playing with other players, but with Night Rain, it really has relit the feeling of when you do it together, you just have that feeling like nothing else.
Yeah.
But also, if you're the one who's if you're having a bad run and then you have that, when you were talking earlier, when you were saying if you had a bad run at this game, it could ruin your afternoon. If you're that one person who you're just having a bad day, just that game can just ruin your afternoon because I let the team down. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I was the one who was at fault here. This, that, and the other.
Very
And then
much so.
It makes you sad.
Yeah. I think it would, honestly, with Nath, I think it would be some of the one-on-onesie games. Stick bold. He's good at that.
Yeah.
That means something to beat him at that for me. I'd really want to win, and I'd be pleased if I did. Towerfall Ascension, I'd like that one.
What about Needhog?
Needhog is the ultimate one-on-one experience.
Yeah.
I think that game is fantastic, and so just the battles they can be as long as you can last. It's a proper battle of skill. It's a battle of nerve. So much nerve involved, I think.
Mental fortitude.
Very much so. Second guessing, feinting. It's a brilliant sport, Needhog. It's amazing how much is in there. It's a very simple game, but it gives you these opportunities to do things in games that are hard to do, feint and the kind of the nerve, the test of nerve.
My favourite thing about Needhog is that the last ditch throw of the sword when someone's managed to get past you and you're like, no! It's so tantrumy. There's so much tantrum in that animation.
Yes.
And the sword just someone else just scampering away.
Yeah.
It's just so much
The
in
running
it.
animation is very scampering.
There's so much good stuff. The spawn... The spawn and immediate kill, I love. Rolling over a sword and picking it up. Someone there throwing their sword away is just brilliant, and then they're just running, just with no sword. And it's just a great, great game. That is probably the ultimate one. Whoever I play, I really, really want to win that game because it feels like a proper show of skill. It takes skill to win that game. I think. You can have some luck, but you couldn't just win with luck. because you're always having to play the other player. Even if you're just running, you're playing them in some degree. Am I gonna duck and roll? Am I gonna jump? Am I gonna pick up the sword? Am I gonna throw the sword? It's all mind games, and it takes a lot of guts.
The music
Great
as well,
game.
just so perfectly chaotic and gets it under your skin.
And the goal is to be eaten by a big worm.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. You guys, do you have? Crash Team.
It's got to be Crash Team Racing. The rivalry I have on Crash Team Racing with my sister was intense.
Yeah.
Very intense. And you feel pressure as the older sibling.
Definitely.
It's embarrassing, isn't it, when your younger sibling beats you at something?
Yeah.
So there's a huge amount of pressure.
Yeah.
I felt even if it was just me and my sister in the room, like no one's going to see.
Yeah.
No one cares. This
She
time,
knows.
potentially on Tuesday, thousands of people will see.
They might.
Yeah.
Unless I crush
win.
her.
I imagine how good that would be. Oh. But yeah, it's just, I wanted to win those games so bad.
Yeah.
Great times though. And I think, Rocket League a little bit with you, Dave, and then FIFA as well. The old FIFA games, FC now. But we used to play those at lunch quite a lot.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
The head-to-heads in those got quite intense as well.
Yeah. We had a great rivalry and pairs against the computer.
We did.
Against the PlayStation. I can't remember the team specifically. There was a team in our league that were terrible, but they would always beat us. And it was an awful rivalry that we had with them. How about you, Rosie? Crash Team Racing, I assume you've got a fairly good rivalry with Nath on Tekken.
Yeah, I was going to say, whenever Nath and I have played Tekken, it's been like a very like healthy battle, I think.
Yeah.
Which is when it's so much fun because you're both evenly matched.
Yeah.
Alex likes to think he's got a rivalry in Tekken with everyone, doesn't he?
But when he did the tournament, he didn't do so hot.
I beat him.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was like you were the winner of that one, wasn't it? Yeah, and he was soul destroyed. Because I think I was going to
It was
say...
like the first round.
Yeah. Because I think I was going to say, like, probably for me, it would be a game which everyone knows I love. Like, for example, if we were to do a game like where we saw who got the best score in Parappa the Rapper or something, if one of you guys beat me on that, I would be soul destroyed because you guys know how much I love Parappa.
I can't imagine that's ever going to happen.
I
Rosie.
doubt it.
But the moment, but like the risk of it happening,
Maybe that should be like a long form thing, like can we beat Rosie at Parappa?
This
And
is
we
why
have to
literally
train for it.
I've been
And
sat
train
here
and
debating
train
whether I
and train.
talk about it, and I'm just like, I regret talking about it immediately. But it's the same with like Alex because he famously loves Tekken. So we saw it firsthand in that when we had the in-office tournament, Rob, when you defeated Alex, we saw that pure like, I can't believe that I failed this. That pure soul crush from poor Alex. So for me, it would probably be something
He was
like
there
that.
every lunchtime, playing online.
He was.
Improving his
Practicing.
skills.
Yeah.
I'm gonna win.
But we had like the random character pick, didn't we? We had the random character pick. I can't remember what character he got, but bless
Doesn't
him.
matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
You can't just play with just your main and no one else.
No.
But I think something like that, or probably a game. I'll just say probably like Crash Bandicoot as well. Like if I was racing one of you guys in Crash and you beat me on it, I would also be like soul destroyed. But just games that I love to pieces, and I'm like these are my babies. I love them. If I lost at one of those, that's probably going to be the biggest one that I'm going to be like about.
What game can we say? What games we're playing on, or any? Like I was going to ask, basically, is there one game on Tuesday that you're playing that you are like, this is the one I really do need to win? CTR.
That's the one for me.
How about you, Rosie?
Probably the last one. Are we allowed to say what the...
Yeah, it's public knowledge now.
What all the
we're
games are
playing. Yeah,
knowledge.
yeah.
Oh, then probably the Crash Bandicoot Warped Race
Right.
at the end.
That's the one you need to win.
That's the one I'm very scared of.
Right. Okay.
Which I'm very scared of that one, and I don't think I'll win it. But that's the thing, like with Crash Bandicoot.
Rosie, you gotta turn this.
Rob wants some bravado.
I need to feel confident that
I
you
know.
feel like you can win.
But that's the thing, like literally in any game, like my brother's very, very, very good at Crash Bandicoot.
Well, hopefully my sister's very, very bad at it. 'Cause they'll be on the
Hopefully.
same team.
Yeah, then-
And when the pad passes to her, we can.
That's when we
catch up,
strike.
win, yeah.
So I'd probably say in terms of like the stream we've got coming up, that's probably the one. I will say actually there is one on a side note that like a kind of more fresh rivalry on one specific game.
Right.
And I love it when I play Puyo Puyo Tetris with my boyfriend and I beat him.
Okay.
Because he's really good at Tetris.
Yeah.
And literally, if I play Tetris against him, I have no chance of winning. Like it's, he just absolutely obliterates me, and I do really. Again, I've got that drive to get better at Tetris because I want to be an even match. But with Puyo Puyo Tetris, whereas he's really good at Tetris, I'm better than him at Puyo Puyo. So that's where the game's brilliant, and it can like level out the playing field.
Yeah.
And because they're both differently paced, it's like one of them you try and do a lot quicker, one of them's a bit more like slowed down, but you never know what's going to happen. So like that's a game as well that I'm like really invested in trying to get better at just to beat him. And that's a recent one. That's one at the moment as well for a fun little side story. Just
Yeah.
popped in my head and I was like, I'm going to tell it.
Yeah.
Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Yeah, really fun game. Really fun.
I was very cross when I didn't beat Ash at Dig Dug.
Yeah, I was going to say
Oh,
Dig
man.
Dug because that
Yeah.
wasn't necessarily like a competition thing, but it was a case of who would get the platinum.
Well, we agreed, didn't we, we left one trophy for a stream, and then we raced to get that trophy.
Yeah.
And the deal was whoever got the trophy, obviously one got the platinum, and the other person had to stop. And I haven't got the platinum on Dig Dug.
Oh no!
Maybe I never could, but I didn't. Yeah, I didn't play anymore. But that was at a point during that stream, I thought I was going to win. That was the thing. It was like in my head went, yeah, you're gonna do this,
You're going
There's
to do
the-
that.
and then she beat me.
The winner plays on stream that we had where we did the Crash platforming race.
Yeah.
And I just can't believe I lost.
No, I
just
can't believe you lost
believe
either.
I lost.
I can't.
I just choked on the tiny tiger
You did.
boss fight.
You were right there. You were about to cross the line.
Yeah. I snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
You really did. Yeah. Very much so. Yeah,
God,
Yeah.
Dig Dug in the office. That was a great time.
it was a fantastic game.
That was just the three of us were all just playing it, trying to
Yeah.
get those trophies,
Yeah.
sharing tactics. That was a great time.
Yeah, love Dig Dug.
Love Dig Dug.
I think we've talked about this probably quite a lot already. But have you ever had a group of rivals or a game you play regularly with more than one person?
Well,
It's going to be Astro and the team again, I
basically,
guess.
I will say for a group of rivals, you've always got that moment in Fall Guys when we play against the community
Oof.
and the community are all against you or something like that. You know, when they're just like grabbing you or trying to make sure that you
I
don't
found
win.
that communities helped us win.
They
I
have,
mean-
but sometimes you get like a couple of players that when you're doing like the stage where it's like, you know, the log thing twists in different directions,
Yeah.
and you don't want to get in the slime. You get that point where there may be like a couple who are like, "Oh, I'm gonna grab you," like it's
Yeah.
a tactic and stuff
Grabbers.
like that. But you know when they like hone in on just you because
Man.
they know you're panicking. I
I'd-
love it. I love it so
I'd
much.
forgotten about Fall Guys.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Fall Guys is big
and how,
for like
and how intense that got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Community, playing with the community, definitely a good example of just any time we've played with them. They're always so good. They're always so good at the games. And then
they're
they'll
fantastic.
be there in the chat as well, chatting away, going, "Oh, I've just beaten you."
What a nice time this is.
Yeah. I'm always like, "Oh, I think we can win." Oh no, they've done it
Do
again.
you remember that time we were losing 18-0 in Rocket League?
I had actually forgotten
And
about that until you.
Then we
brought it up.
scored a goal.
Then we scored a
It
goal.
was the greatest, sweetest goal
Yeah,
ever.
wasn't it like last goal wins? All that matters is your last goal, maybe. In that case, if you're 18, if
That
you
one
lose
goal.
18-1,
I just really wanted. I just imagining the really brilliant player whose name I've forgotten that we were
Yeah.
playing against.
Yeah.
Just
it's got to hurt.
I hope they were hurt by
It's
that
got to
goal.
hurt, definitely.
I just want to imagine them being like, no.
they
Yeah.
were really aiming for that 18-0.
Yeah. You want the clean sheet
Yeah.
against people that you are so much better than.
Exactly.
It would be like me playing football against an a Premier League footballer. That was the golfing class in that game, I think.
Yeah.
It was huge. And just to wrap things up then, I guess online rivalries. We've talked a lot about rivalries where you're playing with the person in the same room. Have you ever had any online rivalries at all?
Only like within the realms of
People you know?
the play session. No, people I know, yeah, but then within the realms, as in, maybe I get into a lobby with some strangers,
Yeah.
and I'll play a game for like 3 hours, but that group
person.
stays together,
Yeah.
kind of that lobby stays together, and someone you see, becomes good, or someone gets you, and you're annoyed about it, like that kind of rival. I've never like added someone as a friend or something to keep the rivalry going outside of that place, but definitely all the time. Like I can't help but judge myself against everybody else in that group, and there will always be someone who you want to kill in particular for one reason or another, whether it's because they're the best or because they're the most annoying, or they got you like you were on a kill streak and they were the one that got you, and it's
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think I've told this story before, but when I was playing Metal Gear Solid 3 online back in university, there was one, and I can't remember their name now. I'm very annoyed about it, but I would find myself against this person quite a lot. And we would sort of trash talk each other a lot, and we were both quite good. I don't think I've ever been as good at an online game multiplayer as I was when with Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah.
So I would regularly be the one carrying my team, and they'd regularly be the one carrying their team, and often it would be the battle between us to decide who would ultimately win the match. And I used to hate this person. Well, I think I hated this person.
Yeah.
But whenever they came online, I was like, oh man. But I do remember when they finally closed the servers for that. We knew when it was coming, and there was like the last night of Metal Gear Solid 3, and they were online then. And I think for the final like few minutes, we exchanged a little, nothing like overly poignant, but just I think I said, oh, it's been fun playing with you, and they were like, likewise. And that was it. And I don't know who they are. I never saw them again.
No.
But that's the stories you like to hear with rivalries. That's a healthy rivalry moment there.
I wish we could find out where they are, who they are.
Who knows? Like, even if they're listening to this, they might have forgotten.
Yeah.
Like, goodness knows who they were. I can't even remember their name, which is very unhelpful.
Yeah.
Maybe in Delta.
Maybe. Yeah, but I won't be very good at that. All my skill is gone. Oh, what a time.
Yeah.
Well, I really hope that when the time comes, Rosie, we can do ourselves proud.
I hope so too. Good luck. I'll say good luck in advance.
To us. Not to
the other team. No.
Not to the evil siblings.
On the day, I will say to the evil siblings, good luck.
No, I won't. It's going to be trash talk from the word go.
The word go,
yes,
that's it.
Absolutely.
Well,
we got to win.
We will do our utmost best.
Yeah.
Literally, after this podcast, it's our lunch break, and I'm booting up CTR already. So
CTR training.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything training.
Well, if you're listening to the podcast, please do join us on Tuesday, the 29th of July for that special event stream. It will be lasting for a good few hours. Join us. If you can't join us live, the VOD will be there after the event, so you can enjoy it in your own time. We would love to see you in the chat. Otherwise, thank you very much for listening and or watching the podcast today. Please do leave us a comment if you're watching this on YouTube, or drop us a little comment on social media. Let us know what you think, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time for the next episode of the PlayStation Access podcast. See you then.
PlayStation